Hi guys, welcome back to Kodemine. Carrie here, and we have started a new series that is a C++ programming with Carrie. And in these videos, we were covering up each and every topic related to the C++ like objects, classes, constructors, polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance. So stay tuned, and one by one we will cover up each and everything. We will cover up theory and we will cover up coding practices as well, right? So the guys who still not subscribed our channel, my request, just hit the red subscribe button below this video and also hit the bell icon for the notification of upcoming videos, right? So in this video we are started with the introduction part, right? So before starting with the C++, I just want to make a little announcement that the guys who have a basic knowledge of C++, right? So because they can start this course from first video, but the guys who still are very beginner and do not have any knowledge of programming, my recommendation to you guys is to just go through first the C programming tutorial, right? Because C is a base for C++. Because in this videos we will cover up the advanced topics like C++, object and oriented programming, right? We are not covering up procedural language because that is already we have covered in C programming, right? So if you guys have a very good knowledge of C, then learning C++ is a very easy for you guys, right? So this was a little announcement for you guys, right? So let's start with the what is C++ and why we need to use that, right? So C++ is a basically a next version of C, right? Where we firstly introduce the object oriented programming language in a C, right? Or in simple word, we also call C++ as a C with oops, right? So the reason behind the development of C++ was the before in C we were using the procedural programming language, like we were using only functions, right? And the code was structured, and the code management was not very much good, and there was so many repetition of code, right? So code execution was also very slow, and you cannot relate the code with the real world, right? So that was some kind of problem we were facing in a C programming. So that is the reason we shift from C to C++, which have object oriented feature, which actually relate our programming with the real world, right? In upcoming videos we will see that how this C++ relate our programming with the real world, right? So that were the some problems in C, why which we need to develop the C++ programming. So if I talk about the introduction of C++, so C++ is a middle level programming language, which means it have all features of a low level programming language like memory management and pointers, right? So again, it has also feature of high level programming language as well, like auto conversion, data types, right? So C++ is a mixture of low level and a high level programming language. So that is the reason we call it as a middle level programming language. So it was developed by John Stostub starting in 1979 at Bell Labs, right? So it is a compiled programming language. So if you are a beginner, basically you do not need to worry about what is a compiled programming language. So this is some kind of a library, or you guys can say a software which is used to read the C programming code or C++ programming code, right? And it will find out the errors. If there is any error, then it will display to the programmer, right, that you have write down this kind of mistake there, right? So if the program is without any error, then it will show that 0 error, right? After that we can run that program, right? So that is a compiled programming language, but in starting you guys do not need to worry about that, right? So as I said in earlier that it has all feature of procedural and object oriented programming language, right? So we can write down it as we write in C, we can also do that, right? And we also use the object oriented feature as well, right? Object and classes we use in C++. So my recommendation to you guys, if you guys are learning C++, then focus on C++ object oriented programming. Why? Because if you guys are doing C++ without oops, then it is a very similar to C, right? Just 2-3 function name changes are there. Otherwise everything is same. So my request to start with the C++ with object-oriented programming, and we are going to cover up OOPS concept in this series. So if you guys want to use C++ as a procedure, then go through the C programming language, right? Then start with this series. And the next thing is, it's a machine dependent but platform independent. So what is the meaning of a machine independent? Machine independent is, it's mean that it's a hardware independent. Means if you have a i3 processor or a different motherboard or different configuration of a hardware, then you do not need to worry about that, because it will, without any problem, it will run on different machine. But the platform dependent, which means for example, if you have a program written into a Linux, then it will not run in Windows operating system, right? So platform, which means operating system, so it is dependent on operating system. So if someone asks you that what is the dependency or a feature or drawback of C++, then we can say that it's a machine independent, that is a feature, but it's a platform dependent, right? So the next thing is, so in the next we have two features like C++ provide pointer support, and it aids user to directly manipulate the storage addresses, and the next is C++ program excels in execution speed. So basically these 2 points are interrelated, because in C++ we have a facility of pointers, direct memory allocation, dynamic memory allocations, right, which leads us to the very good memory management in C++ programming, right? So if we have a very good memory management, then automatically the speed of our C++ program will be excellent, right? And again we have know this C programming is a compiled programming language, and once we have compiled our file, then it's very easy for us to run that programming file without compilation. So that also enhances the speed of C++ programming. So these were some kind of points which we have include in C++. So if you guys want to add on any extra point, you guys can comment into the comment box, right? So if you guys want any specific topic, or you guys want any specific course, you guys can comment into the comment box, right? So we will also reply on that, and you guys can email us on our email ID, and please follow us on Instagram as well, right? So share our channel with your friends and family, and the guys who still not subscribed our channel, please do subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button below this video, right? So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have a very good day.